It really feels like something's shifting in the Sarasota real estate scene lately.
Yeah, it does. Like the whole tempo has changed.
Exactly, like the
Yeah.
music stopped. So our mission today is really to unpack what's happening in the market right now. We've got some numbers fresh from the Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee,
Hmm.
plus some takes from Barron's, and the latest on new builds from Zonda's March 2025 Insights.
And what's interesting is how, well, all three really seem to point towards a definite cooling off.
Yeah.
The raw data from the Realtor Association, that really paints the initial picture, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, we're looking at a 13% drop in the median sale price for single-family homes. That's year over year in Sarasota.
Wow, 13%.
Yeah, landing at $470,000 back in April. And then there's the inventory, the number of homes actually for sale. That's
Yeah,
shot up by over a third, like 34% more homes compared to last year. That's a lot more signs and yards.
it really is.
Mm.
And that clearly signals, a market adjustment, a bit of a recalibration after that really intense period we saw.
Right.
So the big question then becomes, okay, what's actually driving this shift?
Well, one thing that kind of jumps out is maybe sellers are pricing things based on, well, yesterday.
Hmm. Like aiming for those 2022, 2023 peaks.
Exactly. And the market today, it just isn't quite there, it seems.
That's a really key piece. There's often that lag in seller expectations, right?
Yeah.
People remember the frenzy for just a couple of years back, and psychologically, it's tough to let go of those peak numbers, even when the data is showing something different.
And that creates an interesting situation with that huge jump in inventory you mentioned.
It does,
Yeah.
because more choices mean buyers, well, they have more power. They're less likely to just jump at an inflated price.
And, Barron's pointed out another pressure point.
Uh-huh.
Those rising mortgage rates and the insurance costs, they just keep going up.
Oh, absolutely.
That's got to make buyers pause and think things through more carefully.
Exactly. Those higher carrying costs directly hit affordability.
Right.
So that adds, more downward pressure on what people are willing or able to pay.
Right.
And then you throw in the new construction factor. That's where the Zonda data gets really interesting.
Oh, man. Yeah, the builders are really stepping up their game, aren't they? Incentives on, what, over half the homes not even built yet.
56% of to be built, yeah.
Yeah,
And even higher for the quick move-ins.
74%. Those are the ones you can often close on pretty quickly, like within 90 days sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That's some serious competition for existing homes on the market.
Definitely. So, okay, if you're trying to sell your home right now, what does this all mean?
Well, it seems like pricing based on wishful thinking, that's kind of out the window.
Right. Overprice it and it just sits there. Maybe gets stale.
Exactly. And a stale listing,
Yeah.
that actually weakens your negotiating position down the line.
So the name of the game now has to be, what, pricing it right from day one?
Yeah.
And making sure people actually see it.
Precisely. You need data-driven pricing just to get noticed in this kind of market. And you absolutely need a solid marketing strategy to pull in the right kind of buyers,
Yeah.
serious buyers.
Okay, now flip that. If you're looking to buy a place, this sounds like, well, a potentially better situation, maybe even a, dare I say, golden opportunity.
It certainly offers some advantages, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got this combination of price reductions happening on some existing homes
Uh-huh.
and those builder incentives we talked about for new construction. It just creates a more favorable environment for buyers than we've seen in a while.
More room to negotiate, probably.
Definitely more room to negotiate terms, yeah.
But I guess with all these options suddenly popping up, more listings, new builds with deals, could it also feel a bit overwhelming for a buyer?
It absolutely could. And that's really where having, someone knowledgeable in your corner becomes so important.
Right.
For buyers, it's about spotting those genuine opportunities, knowing what's a good deal versus just, noise, and knowing how to negotiate effectively in this market.
And for sellers.
For sellers, it's about navigating those pricing pitfalls, making sure your property actually stands out and attracts buyers quickly, rather than just becoming another listing number.
Okay. So the big picture here seems pretty clear then. The Sarasota real estate market has definitely shifted gears.
Mhm.
It's just not playing by the same rules as maybe even 6 months or a year ago. We're seeing prices adjusting downward from those peaks,
Right.
a much bigger selection of homes available,
Yep, that inventory surge.
and buyers who are understandably a bit more cautious because of costs, but also they're in a stronger position to negotiate.
Especially with those new construction deals adding pressure.
Yeah. So the main drivers seem to be that correction from the super high prices, the sheer amount of inventory giving buyers leverage, the hit from higher mortgage and insurance costs, and that competitive push from the builders.
That sums it up pretty well. A confluence of factors creating a new market dynamic.
Okay, so let's leave our listeners with this. Considering all these dynamics we've talked about, the price shifts, the inventory, the costs, the builder deals, what factors would be most crucial for you to weigh if you are thinking about buying or selling property in Sarasota right now? What's top of mind for you in this specific market?